So guys, long talk, long no see, I guess. Yeah, so obviously we have been gone for almost 8 months on this channel, and I thought I'd sit down and kind of tell you the reasons why and get you guys kind of caught up in our lives and everything. So for beginners, if you guys were wondering, which I'm sure you are, I did have Jaden, and he is an amazing little boy. He's doing so well, and he's getting so big, like so big so fast, and he's learning so much, and it's insane. As for when it came to his birth, it wasn't as easy on me. If I was to explain Mason's birth was so calm and just like collected and just like very mellow, and then Jaden's was kind of all over the place. So to be honest, we didn't film that much. I did make a video, and a lot of it is text to kind of explain what went on, but I'll just tell you kind of more of the backstory of like the bad things that happened. The only person I've really told my birth story to is Greg and my best friend, and that was hard enough as it is. I mean, Greg was there, so he was there to experience it with me, but yeah, so for beginners with my birth story, I was scared to begin with because it was a different hospital and a different state this time, and with Mason, I had one doctor, one OB, like the whole pregnancy. So that was really nice to have. And at this hospital, I had pretty much a different doctor every single appointment, which didn't make me feel that great. When I got there, we had to wait, which was fine. And then they could not find a vein that was good enough to put the IV in for the life of them. So I got stuck several times with the needle, and I don't know why, because they've never had trouble trying to find a vein with me, so I have no idea what was going on. So as you can see, I had so many bruises and everything all over my arms after delivery, and that took a really long time to heal, honestly. And then they were really concerned because I figured it was just because since I was so nervous that I was just feeling really hot and kind of like lightheaded and stuff. So I just figured that was just me being nervous, because when my nerves get to me, like, they get really bad. So actually my blood platelet count was like really low, so they were just like waiting for me to like faint at any moment. So that was fun, and because of that, they weren't going to be able to give me an epidural, which is like the one thing I wanted during my birth. So I was over in a corner just freaking out because I did get induced. I wasn't able to, because I had gestational diabetes, I wasn't able to just like do it naturally because they were just like worried about so many medical reasons since I was high risk. So yeah, there was that. And so we were trying to see if my count would go up and stuff, so we were waiting on results with that. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of frazzled in the brain trying to just collect all my thoughts, and not lose it, because this is a very emotional in my mind. It doesn't sound like it, but for me, I guess since I talked to my best friend, I was just kind of like everything was out of my control, and it just seemed like the doctors didn't really listen to me, so it just wasn't that great of an experience. So after all that, then they were putting me on this medication, and then I was starting to feel contractions and this and that, so I asked if I could get epidural, and they said like no for forever, which was terrible. And then finally, when I was able to get an epidural, then they had to poke me different times because it wasn't working, like it was not working. So then that was super painful, because with Mason, I was going through a contraction when I got my epidural in, so I couldn't even feel it go in. So I kind of wish I was naturally doing it, and they had the epidural going in at the same time when I was having contractions, so. But that wasn't the case. So then there was that. They kept thinking like he was like all the way up really high, like they kept thinking he flipped and it was almost time to push and everything. They thought he flipped because he was so high, like you could hear his heart so high up. But then like they'd like go down and they'd be like, no, he's still right there. So like that was very confusing. Maybe Jaden was just playing tricks on them. I have no idea. Maybe he was just like in a weird contorted position. I have no idea, but it was very strange. When it was almost noon of the day that we thought we would meet him, they put me on a peanut ball, and that was very uncomfortable. Not even like 5 minutes in, like I felt so much pressure and it was hurting, and I know like how the epidural should feel, and it was not that, so I knew the epidural was not working for me, and that was fun. So I really had the urge to push, and I was freaking out, so I called Greg and I was like, I really feel like I have to push, and then so he's like, call the nurse. So I called on the thing and I was like crying, like bawling in tears, and I was like, I think I need to push. So they brought one nurse in, and then she checked me and she was like, no, I think it's blah blah blah. And luckily she brought someone else because then the other nurse was like, yep, it's time to push, you need to go now. So then like not even, I don't know, I feel like I pushed like twice, and then that little boy was out like that. So as for that aspect, that went really fast. But like the induction waiting medication was really long, and luckily I'm able to talk through it more now, because I was like in hysterics, like thinking about how miserable I was during that time. It's just kind of, in that moment, it was just awful. Yeah, so, and then I think what else kind of got under my skin is the fact that when I found out later that when one of the nurses, when they asked about my blood, or when they had written down my blood, they had the wrong blood type for me. So that's terrifying, because if I needed a blood transfusion, they would have been giving me the wrong blood. So that was on my mind, and that was scary. So there was that, and then the lady that like checks in on me to like see if my uterus has gone down in size or whatever, she was very rude. So yeah, she wasn't very nice at all. So then there was that, and so then just like instantly it was like depression, like it was terrible, which I feel I am now going to therapy, so I'm doing a lot better, but I feel a lot of it stemmed from the loss of our last little one, and it's really hard to talk about. But I felt guilty, like looking at him and feeling like I could have another here. Sorry. I feel like I could have another one here. And they would be in the same nursery and everything, and it's just sad, I guess. Whew, I want to do this in one take and get through this. So it's just really sad, and I feel a lot better, like, now, obviously, but I wasn't doing so well, and I was feeling very suicidal after Jaden. I just really did not want to be here, and it sucked because I felt really alone. And really numb to my own child, because when I'd look at him, I knew I loved him, but I couldn't feel anything like towards him. It was like I knew he was so special to me, but I felt like I couldn't connect in any way to him. So that just sucked. And that took a long process for me to feel like I was connecting to him. Like when I looked at him, I just felt like he didn't like me or something. Which I know that wasn't the case, because whenever he'd be in my arms, he would just melt and fall asleep and stuff. So he's like such a good boy. Like he's amazing. And I think what actually did help me with him in my connection is when he learned to smile. Which took a while, but when he learned to smile, I felt like I was doing something right. And his nickname is literally Mr. Smiles because he smiles so much, and it's the best thing ever. On top of postpartum depression, since I felt so terrible, Greg had to leave for school in, what was it, December? I think it was the end of December. He had to leave for school in Georgia, and I was gonna be alone with the kids for two months, a month and a half, 2 months. And so I did not feel well enough to be alone, so I felt like I would feel better if I went and spent time with my family. And luckily that worked out, and I went to Washington and New Mexico with my family, and that was nice. I know I was a lot more withdrawn than I wanted to be because I was still in my head and trying to sort everything out and just kind of deal with all the emotions that I was bottling up and trying to get through and this and that. So yeah, there was that. In February is when we reunited. So then that leads us to the fact that I feel like a lot more lately I've just been wanting to live more in the moment, especially since with Greg and his job. Like, I have not been seeing him very much lately anymore because it's just his job. He's off to work by 5:30 in the morning, and then he doesn't get home till like 6:30, 7 at night. So, and then he needs to just go back to sleep like after we have dinner together. So I've just been trying to live more in the moment and not, like, I'll record things, but I just like experiencing them more lately. So that's one reason why we haven't really posted anything. Also, an obvious reason is having 2 kids is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Well, I thought it would be hard, but like in my mind I thought I could juggle editing all the videos and posting them, and like I had a whole set plan, but because my postpartum was so bad, I couldn't even look at my birth footage at all. Maybe like one of the cutest pieces of footage I could watch over and over again is Mason meeting Jaden for the first time. That was like one of my favorite clips ever. It's hard because I'm trying to edit and trying to have a heartbeat, but Mason doesn't go to sleep unless I go to sleep. And so if I want to edit, he's gonna be awake. And so then that gives me literally no time to do like anything because I want to spend time with the kids, but I want to have a hobby and have like a tiny bit of me time. But that's really hard because it's just a whole thing. So, on that note, I don't know how much longer we're gonna be vlogging. I have so much footage built up for you guys to see, which I hope you guys appreciate. I really love capturing these moments and stuff of them being so young. Like, I look back on all this footage of Mason and it's so precious because he was so little, and it's just so cute to like see the difference of him now versus then. or then versus now. And yeah, so I do want to keep posting the best and most I can, because if Greg had the time to edit, then he totally would. He has said that before to me, but he literally has no time. And so for me, the little time I have, I try to just pamper myself a little by just taking a bath or something. So there's that. I know I'm not being pressured to post anything, but it's just like for my own sake and our little family's sake, we love having the videos just to look back on. So that's why I will be posting this stuff, but probably, I don't know how long we'll have a schedule. Like, I'll probably be posting like main events, like of course Mason's 4th birthday is coming up, Jaden's 1st birthday is gonna be coming up in a couple months, and like certain holidays maybe I'll post here and there. Like some of my favorite videos I'll post. And yeah, if I am able to find time management in posting, then I will, but as of now, it doesn't look so good unless I could find my own editor and like pay them a little bit of money just to post something maybe once a week. But yeah, so that's where at that. We have gotten word that we will be moving soon-ish, but we don't know where. So that is also on our backs in what is on our mind and what we're going through right now. We're very excited to move. Yeah, Texas has been good to us. This is the only house and place we have stayed in the longest. We've been in here for a little over 2 years now, which is insane because if you know us, we have moved every single year in our marriage. So we are up to, this is our 5th house, so our next one will be our 6th, and we have been married for 7 years. So that's a lot to take on, but yes, I think that sums up everything. But that is where we have been. I'm sorry I got emotional. I wanted to do this all in one take. I don't think I'm going to edit anything out because I just want to kind of have it all out there and be real with you guys, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I hope you guys don't judge me too much, but yes, that's where we are. And Greg again is going to school in, in October. So he'll be going to school in October and be returning in December, and then we're moving. So that is what's happening, and I'm sorry for talking and rambling too much if I have. I just wanted to get my story out there, and I hope you all are doing well, and I am doing a lot better. If you were wondering, I am taking therapy, and I never thought I would ever say that, but it has been helping a lot. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just want to talk to me and chat, and Greg, you can talk to Greg too. We are here, and tomorrow you will be seeing Jaden's birth vlog, which I'm very excited about, and I hope you guys enjoy. As much as it's hard to kind of watch and know the story behind it and how I felt in those days, it came out really well, and I'm very proud of it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And Jaden was so little, and now he's so big, and it's crazy. I can't believe he was so little. I think that's another thing that I was very guilty about, is with my postpartum depression, I was very gone, and I felt like I didn't treasure those days of him being that little when I wanted to, because I was such in a dark state. So, but it's nice to at least have some of the cute videos of him when he was that little. So yeah, I believe that's it. I hope you guys stay tuned for tomorrow's video of Jaden's vlog. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and we will see you guys tomorrow in our next video. Bye!